Hey Mena Warriors, it's Kate and welcome back to my channel where you can expect all things positive and useful around the menopause, doing it naturally. I have nothing against HRT at all, but I have followed a natural menopause route and worked with a lot of ladies who are following a similar path themselves. So today I'm going to talk about hot flushes. It's one of the most common symptoms, and if you are being plagued by them, there is a lot of stuff that you can do to actually make them a whole lot better. I know that when I follow a lifestyle that includes the tips that I'm going to share with you today, I can get mine down to probably 2 a day. And that includes the one I first have in the morning when I first wake up. You'll find most of us who are prone to hot flashes get this very hot one when we first wake up, and it's linked to our cortisol levels. We are designed, cortisol, we have more of it in the morning. It's designed to get us up, get us motivated, get us out for the day, get us doing the stuff that we need to do in order to live a normal life. And you'll find that when you wake up, if you are prone to hot flushes, you are likely to have that banging one in the morning. I've not managed to get rid of that one yet, but I have managed to get the rest of them literally down to maybe one more a day. And it is not deprivation, it's not following an angelic lifestyle, it's just making a few key changes and then being aware that when, for instance, I'll talk about coffee later, but if I have a coffee, I know I'm going to have a hot flush or two. It's my decision to have a coffee and then suffer the consequences. So firstly, just sort of explain how that whole system works. So what happens is we've got a gland in the brain called the hypothalamus, and it controls the menstrual cycle. Essentially, once we've run out of our, on average, 400 eggs, that's when we start to go in, well, that's when we stop our periods, basically. The hypothalamus works through the pituitary gland, also in the brain, and that sort of works like the middleman. It helps to make that loop between the brain and our ovaries and our backup glands, the backup system, which is the adrenal glands. You may have heard me talk about adrenal glands in the past. When our ovaries go into retirement, essentially the adrenal glands back up the job of the ovaries. So they produce our sex hormones. They don't produce them in as much quantity because obviously we don't need them once we've stopped giving off our eggs. Technically, we're not needing to have children anymore. So we don't need so many sex hormones. But when our adrenal glands are already fatigued or tired, which in the case of modern living, many of ours are, it makes the whole process a lot more difficult. Those adrenals are already under a lot of work. They're already pumping out cortisol and adrenaline from the stressful lives that we lead. To be honest, not many of us look after ourselves as well as we could. And when we're not looking after ourselves as well as we could, that also adds extra pressure on our adrenal glands. So if you can see it as looking after your adrenal health and improving your menopausal symptoms, you're unlocking that key to success. The other thing that you need to bear in mind is the liver. Now, the liver has a big detoxifying role in the body. It has masses and masses of functions. When our liver, as we get to sort of midlife and we're sort of menopausal or moving into the menopausal years, often a lot of us have got fatty livers, or they're just stressed. Our livers are under a lot of stress from the environment. They help us detoxify heavy metals. They help us detoxify poisons that we're ingesting, breathing in, getting in through our skin. I mean, how many of you really are careful about what you put on your skin and household products that you use? Those also put added stress onto the liver, which is desperately trying to detoxify the stuff you're sticking on. Stuff absorbs through our skin. That's why essential oils are so powerful. So maybe also have a look at the things that you are using on your body, on your face. What are you washing with? Do they contain parabens? Parabens, there's a lot of negative press around them. There's a lot of evidence to suggest you want to get them out of your daily regimen. So bear in mind what you are putting on your body, as well as what you're eating and drinking, and the air that you're breathing is also having a negative impact, or could be having a negative impact on your experience of the menopause. So this isn't about drinking purified water and living in an oxygen tent, but it's just when you can understand that it's not just as simple as you running out of eggs, when you can understand that the adrenals back up the job of the ovaries, and when you can understand that a stressed liver will also make your symptoms worse, then it puts you in the driving seat, really. It means that you can do stress management techniques. You can be perhaps more mindful about the things you're putting on your body, things you're putting in your body that are causing stress, and also enabling the liver to have a good chance at helping you get through that menopause. So essentially, there are several things that you can do. Cruciferous vegetables, it's something I talk about a lot. Cruciferous vegetables help support a healthy liver. Things like kale, radish, cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, that sort of thing. Those are all really good at helping us get rid of excess estrogen. You'll hear probably estrogen dominance spoken about a lot. And when I was first going through my perimenopausal years, I was thinking, yeah, but don't I want to add more estrogen into my body for, to get me to get through the menopause better? And no, actually you don't, because estrogen dominance, when we go through the menopause, when we start to run out of our eggs, what happens is our estrogen falls, but our progesterone falls a lot faster. And it's that sort of out of balanceness, don't know if that's actually a word, but it's that lack of balance, the sort of plummeting progesterone compared to our estrogen, that causes this estrogen dominance and causes some of our more horrible symptoms that we associate with the menopause. So by eating a good selection of cruciferous vegetables, you're helping remove that excess estrogen out of your body. There's also a supplement called DIM, which is like concentrated cruciferous. And essentially, I mean, if you really struggle to eat vegetables, I highly suggest you get to your health food shop and get a DIM supplement, because it's just like eating a massive bowl of vegetables every day. It's going to support you. It'll help your liver, and it will help you get rid of some of that estrogen dominance. Be also mindful of your weight, because excess weight, fat, actually produces estrogen. So as well as being a more of an indicator for various cancers as well, and obviously heart disease, you want to make sure that you are keeping to a healthy weight, where you do not want your own fat to be creating more estrogen, because of course that's going to make your symptoms even worse as well. So other things to look out for to actually reduce your menopausal symptoms. Firstly, cut down on your caffeine. Go caffeine free if you can for a while. I did this and it worked incredibly well. It also reduced my joint pain massively. For me, caffeine and joint pain are I feel like the Tin Man when I get up in the morning when I drink caffeine, although I love coffee. And go caffeine free if you can. I wouldn't recommend decaf, because that's been highly processed, and in some instances decaffeinated coffee gets quite a bad write up. I would go for something that's completely caffeine free. I got this stuff called Teeccino, Teeccino. I think that's how you spell it. You can get it off Amazon. It's better value off iherb.com. Comes in all sorts of different flavor combinations. It's really nice. I have it black, and when I'm drinking Teeccino, my joint pain goes, but also it really has a positive effect on my hot flushes. Avoid sugary foods. We all know that refined sugar is not good for us. It's not about banning sugary foods, but just be aware that if you are eating sugary foods, it is likely to trigger a hot flush. Make sure you're hydrated enough. I know as soon as I start to register that I'm getting thirsty, I have a really nauseous feeling, hot flush. It really, I mean, I literally have water with me all the time. So make sure that you're well hydrated. I think dehydration triggers hot flushes faster than hunger. But don't be afraid of getting hungry either. So many of us have become unaware of our hunger pangs, and it's actually good for our bodies to start to feel hungry before we actually start to eat. Spicy foods will set off hot flushes as well. So just be mindful if you're eating curries, if you're having spicy foods, the likelihood is that you will get the odd hot flush. I still eat a lot of spicy foods. I think spices are incredibly good for us. They're very anti-inflammatory, but just be mindful that when you do, you're likely to get hot flushes. Alcohol is another one, unfortunately, but it's likely to cause more hot flushes for you. So if you're really struggling, try these things. Cut out caffeine, go zero caffeine. Cut out alcohol. Prioritize your sleep. When you're getting good sleep, your body's doing what it needs to do naturally. And that doesn't mean like long sleep necessarily, it just means good quality sleep. You might get good quality sleep in 5 hours. Somebody else might need 8 hours. We're all different. But just be mindful of good quality sleep. So practice good sleep hygiene. I'll drop a link. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll drop a link below. I have a really helpful sort of tip to help you sleep better. It's a book I wrote a little while back. And if you're watching this on Instagram or Facebook, click the link in my bio and go to the free resources, and then you can download what you want. But the healthy sleeping habits book is in there too. And I highly recommend you practice that, because it will make a big difference. One of the major things is cutting out blue light. That is one of the best things you can do. Ideally 2 hours before you go to bed is start to dim your lights, ideally candle light, that's even better, but just be mindful of, there are all sorts of things, but light management is a big one before you go to bed. I would also suggest, if you're struggling a lot, to keep a little water atomizer or a water spritz with you in your car, in your handbag, at work, on your desk, next to your bed, on your bedside table at night time. So if you are waking up and you're really struggling, you can just spritz yourself, and it's a really quick and easy way of just helping you cool down faster. Another thing you can do is, if you use flannels, just wet a flannel before you go to bed. Put maybe a few drops of lavender oil on it, or something that you find relaxing. Chamomile oil is lovely as well. Rose oil is lovely. And then so when you wake up, you can just dab yourself around a little bit, and it has a surprisingly effective it's surprisingly effective at helping you get rid of those or reduce those hot flushes, terminates them a bit quicker. And then you've got the lovely fragrance of the essential oils afterwards. If you smoke, just quit smoking, full stop. If you smoke, just quit smoking, but you'll find that will have a positive impact on reducing the amount of hot flushes that you're getting. Stress management techniques, as we mentioned before, the adrenal glands get a real hard go of it these days, as does our liver. But if you can support your adrenal glands, healthy sleep, relatively healthy food and drink, and stress management, so journaling, meditation, Tai Chi, find what works best for you. Again, we are all different. For me, trying to meditate, it frustrates me. I know it's good for me. I always work out. That is the best stress management that I can do, because it gobbles up stress hormones, but it also floods your body with feel-good hormones. So for me, that's what I want to do. Other people, they want to do yoga, they want to Tai Chi, meditation, journaling. A lot of people do journaling, and it's really beneficial. I think for me, journaling I just feel I should be doing something more useful. So again, it doesn't really suit me, but it might well suit you. So, if you're finding that, your best friend swears by this and you don't find it works for you, find something that does work for you. Like I say, we're all different. I think one thing we can all benefit from is more time outdoors in nature. That is very good for us. We get ultraviolet light on our skin. We need that in order to function optimally. Vitamin D is incredibly important for us. We need exposure to ultraviolet in order to help ourselves sleep better. And if you can get exposure to the daylight within like the first hour of waking up, even better. You're setting up your internal clock for a successful night's sleep. But time out in nature is going to be really beneficial for you. And then finally, vitamin E. Vitamin E is also, as we go through the menopause, it's stored in the pituitary, we tend to lose our vitamin E levels. They tend to drop very drastically. So if you take a vitamin E supplement, that will support you with getting rid of your hot flushes, but also with your joint pain, your skin. Vitamin E is a really good supplement. I to be honest, other than the adaptogen herbs, which I literally swear by, vitamin E is one of the supplements that I do tend to take. Even though I eat a lot of the foods that are high in vitamin E, I think it does help reinforce a relatively symptom-free passage through the menopause. There's one other compound that you can use to help support your liver going through the menopause, and that is calcium D-glucarate. Your body makes a little bit of it, but not an awful lot, and it's something that can help to increase the circulation of your liver, but it also helps promote a healthy liver. So you get that from your health food store, calcium D-glucarate, and it'll help your body flush out excess estrogen as well as excess cortisol from your body. Finally, just mentioning the adaptogen herbs again, I swear by them. They help us manage helps manage stress more effectively. So whether it's your liver, whether it's your adrenal glands that you're trying to support, whether it's your mental health that you're trying to support, I take 8 that come in a ready mixed up shake. It also comes with the digestive enzymes and pre and probiotics, because our gut health is really important for our mental health. But I find those are key to me to going through the menopause, feeling energized as well, not just stress free, but really feeling energized and just vibrant through the menopause. So if you wanted any information on that, just send me a message and I'll send you some information on those adaptogen herbs. But you could always go and ask your health food shop as well. The ones I take are ashwagandha, cordyceps, reishi, maca, maytake, astragalus. I've run out. I've forgotten the other ones that I've said already. But I do take a combination of 8 of them, and Shisandra is another one, and there's another one out there that I've forgotten. But they will all help you manage your stress in slightly different ways. They have different strengths. They will support you in slightly different ways. It's a bit like supporting our gut health. You don't want just one healthy probiotic. You want a combination of healthy probiotics to help you maximize what's going on in your gut, because our gut is incredibly important for our energy levels, but also our mental health. Adaptogen herbs are a bit like that. I think if you take one, it's better than nothing. A lot of people take maca, very readily available. A lot of people also take ashwagandha. I think the blend, the proof is in the pudding. I've gone through my menopause really well, and when the ladies adopt the lifestyle that I recommend in my online wellness community, they notice a big change in their menopause symptoms as well. So consider it. You can find out about it, and if you want to take it any further, then that's entirely up to you. But gut health, managing your stress more effectively, supporting your liver, and eating plenty of healthy veggies, plus a few tips to help you manage those hot flushes when they come on that I've already mentioned. Hopefully that will help you understand more about them, why they're happening, and also put you in the driver's seat so that you can choose whether you're going to suffer the hot flushes or the hot flashes, or whether you're actually going to indeed reduce them. So thank you for your company today. I hope that was helpful. If you did find this helpful, please click the thumbs up button, subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. And if you've got anything you would like me to cover in a future episode, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to add that to my list. So I will catch you soon.